All right, we are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Got my glasses on so I look a little bit more intelligent here. Anyway, just wanted to say if you guys have made it this far, congratulations on accepting the challenge. I'm excited for you guys. We're going to get right into it. Listen, this is not going to be a lecture. I think lecture is like a negative word, like I'm chewing you out. It's more of a webinar just to kind of educate you guys on how to succeed for this challenge. And when we're done here, you're going to have a clear idea of how to succeed in this challenge, all right? So real quick, as far as your options go, a few of you guys had some questions. When you filled out the form, you decided if you wanted to do the minimum requirement, which is $50 to be involved with the challenge. And there's another option where it says get a little more detailed with Coach Dub Dub. So I'll go into detail a little bit about what that is. So basically, I'm going to get your email address. I'm going to set you up with an account. I have software that I use for my private clients that allows me to get more involved, more accountability, more structure. So let me backpedal a second. Even the best athletes have coaches. The reason why the coaches exist is because you can do more with a coach than you can do on your own. The information is out there. We live in the information world. So everyone can go out and get free information. Just go to Google. But do you have somebody that knows the best and that is going to hold you accountable to doing that? It's the same thing why you guys work out with us in the community. You have friends holding you accountable. You have coaches holding you accountable, making sure that you have proper form, making sure that you know exactly how to get the best workout, right? Same thing with nutrition. So I'm just here. If you're involved with the challenge, I'm going to help you guys as best as I can, but I can only scale myself so much. So if you're willing to invest a little bit more, what I'm going to do is make sure that I carve out time to help you get a little more detailed. So I'm going to not just tell you how to do it, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to sort of hold your hand while we do it. So when you leave here today, you'll know how to succeed on your own. But if you want help in doing that and accountability, then even Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, they have coaches. I have a coach that holds me accountable. I know how to write my own workouts, but what if I don't have anybody to answer to? What if I don't have that person when I'm feeling like, you know what, I don't feel like working out, or I don't feel like eating right. But I know I have to type my results and send them to my coach. So I know there's a different level of accountability. So that's all that is, all right? So if you guys know that you're somebody that struggles with that, then you might want to consider investing the 100, and we will help you make sure that you're going to have a higher chance of succeeding, because you're going to be held accountable personally, but with an open line of communication, and have all the answers to your questions, and make sure that you have a structure to follow, okay? Now, that being said, let's talk about scoring really quick. We have 4 options for scoring. The first one is going to be the amount of body fat you lost. And just to reiterate, just like past challenges, the way that we do it is if somebody has 100 pounds of fat and they get to 50 pounds, that means they lost 50 pounds of fat. Now, if somebody has 50 pounds of fat and they lose 25 pounds, they get down to 25, right? That person A lost 50 pounds, person B lost 25, but they both lost the same percentage. So we're going to go by percentage. This is the way it's fair across the board. So regardless how lean you are to start, there is no unfair advantage to anyone who has a higher body fat percentage against you, all right? So how much body fat you lost, number 1. Number 2, how much muscle you gained, all right? So we're going to look at the amount of muscle you started with versus the amount of muscle that you ended with, and we're going to rank that accordingly, okay? Also, we have a couple of new things that we're doing. One, we're revisiting from way past challenge. This is working out. Obviously, if you're eating right, it's one thing, but we need to make sure that we motivate you to get all of your workouts in. Because even though you might think you average 5 workouts a week, when you really look at the details and get into the brass tacks, it might be something like 3 or 4. So that being said, 1 point for every workout that you do, up to 5 points a week, all right? Now, make sure that obviously, number one, the way that we're gonna measure this is we're gonna look at the software. We're gonna create a spreadsheet based on your attendance. So you have to be physically checked into the class. So do your part to reserve your spot, and then the coach will do their part. If you're physically in attendance, they will check the box to make sure that your reservation goes into the actual, you are present for the class. And that is how you don't have to do anything else besides that. However, one quick detail, if you are doing an open gym workout, the coaches generally don't check you in. So make sure that when you're there doing a workout, that you approach a coach and say, hey, for the sake of the challenge, do you mind checking me into open gym, please? So there you have it. Workouts up to 5 points per week. 5 workouts. Each workout is 1 point, all right? Last but not least, 1 post or story to Instagram, and it has to be challenge related. Could be anything. Could be a workout that you did. It could be a meal that you ate. It could be a selfie with you and your friend, whatever it is, okay? But there's a couple of parameters you have to follow. Number 1, you have to make sure that you tag CrownTown. If you don't tag CrownTown, there's no way that I will be able to keep track if you did that. Number 2, you have to hashtag CrownTown Challenge. So just make sure whatever you do, you're gonna do a hashtag of CrownTown Challenge, and you're gonna do a tag CrossFit CrownTown, their page, all right? All right, so there's the 4 scoring brackets. Let's move on to what sort of guidance am I going to give you guys in terms of what to follow? How do you know where to start? You might know what to do, but you might not be incorporating that, and you might be one of those people that just want to go back to what you know is right, and that's fine. But what I personally follow, what works for me, what has worked for over 20 years, is my method is called QQT. So that's quality, quantity, and timing. So basically what I've done is I've read several books. I've watched hundreds, maybe thousands of hours of education. Not only have I went to school for this stuff and gotten seminars, and I've been coached by other professionals, but just like any professional, they take the creme de la creme of what they like and what works, and they make their own style. So my style is QQT. I developed that because I liked a lot of different things, and I put it together to make, in my eyes, what was a superior method, all right? So quality. I want to call this QQT, what we're doing here for the challenge, as the quality aspect as paleo for athletes, okay? So it's not just a paleo diet. This is paleo for athletes. So paleo is meats, lean meats, eggs, fruits, some veggies, few nuts, no sugar, all right? That's basically what paleo is. Now, we're gonna say paleo for athletes because we train for strength, to build muscle, to have endurance, and a lot of different physical demands that it's not just somebody who is sedentary and wants to be healthy with their nutrition. We need a little bit more energy to support our lifestyle. So when I say paleo for athletes, this is how I want you to tweak it. I want you to incorporate what I said every single day. So meats, eggs, fruits, some veggies, few nuts, no sugar, okay? Incorporate that every day. Also, on days that you train, you can have rice and potatoes, all right? Don't use any other form of starch. So that means no bread, no processed foods, no refined sugars, no other form of starchy carbohydrates, okay? So only rice and potatoes, and only on days that you train, all right? So if you're not training, that means you can eat all the stuff that I said except no rice or potatoes. And that's because rice and potatoes are starch. They turn into what's called glycogen, which is stored in your muscles. There's 2 forms of glycogen. The muscle glycogen is what fuels your muscles. If you're not training, you do not need to your liver glycogen, and that is through fruits and veggies and things of the like, all right? So that being said, quality aspect, paleo for athletes. One other thing that I have a note here, I want you guys to, I want to allow you guys to incorporate some Greek yogurt, because this is you're going to do Greek yogurt. You can add protein powders, and by the way, protein powders are completely okay. You guys are athletes. We need to make sure we're getting enough protein. More on quantity in a second, all right? Now, let's go down to quantity, all right? So what I suggest that you guys do is you download an app called Macro First, all right? This app is, there's a free version of this app. I suggest that you do that. This way you can track your daily intake of food. I'm going to give you a method of how to know what type of quantity that you should be consuming in order to reach your goals. But if you're not measuring this, then how do you improve it? So something measured is something improved. So what you're going to do is you're going to download Macro First, get the free version, and what I want you to do is you're going to go to your calories and macros, and you're going to multiply your desired body weight by either 11 or 12, okay? If you work out 5 days a week and you're pretty active in general, do 12. And if you're like 3 to 4 days a week and you have a sedentary job or outside of the gym, it's pretty lax, I would multiply it by 11. So your desired body weight multiplied by either 11 or 12. That number is going to represent the total calories that you're going to consume every single day, all right? Now, stay with me here. The next step is I want you to make sure that you back out of that, the total calories, you're going to back out of that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So let's just say that my total daily calories are 2,000. Let's say that I need to eat 200 grams of protein, okay? That means that 800 calories is going to come from protein, all right? So 2,000 minus 800 is 1,200 remaining calories. Now, I'm going to allow you to eat these 1,200 calories in any way, shape, or form that you want between carbohydrates and fat, okay? So you decide. But we need to make sure that first and foremost, the most important thing is that you're going to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, all right? So step 1, desired body weight multiplied by 11 or 12. Step 2, take your 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein and back it out of that total number. The remaining calories are going to be any combo of carbs and fat you choose to make up the difference. So in the case I gave you, 2,000 minus 800 equals a balance of 1,200. Make it easy, I can do 600 carbs, 600 fat, calories, okay? But you need the app, Macro First, in order to track this, okay? Now, moving on. What we want to do is we want to talk about timing. So timing is very simple. You're going to eat 3 normal meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're also going to eat 2 snacks. So you're going to eat a total of 5 times in one day, all right? Now, couple of small rules. Rule number 1, eat 30 minutes upon waking, unless you're training first thing in the morning. Then obviously you don't want to eat you don't want to train on a full stomach. So number 1, eat within 30 minutes of waking, unless you're training. Number 2, before bed, okay? So that means if I go to bed at 10, I'm not going to eat past 7 o'clock, all right? Now, let's go into a little bit more detail. So I don't want to give you guys paralysis by analysis. I'm trying to simplify this. We want to just have these cliff notes to follow. So let me just reiterate. Everything that you're hearing here, there's no absolutes. I'm not telling you to do keto, which is all fat and protein and no carbs. I'm not telling you to do vegan, which is essentially very little protein, no animal products, and all plant-based proteins and carbs and fat, all right? I'm also not telling you to do carnivore, where there's no carbohydrates, there's no rice or potatoes. So what I'm telling you is a balanced approach. This is key for sustainability, okay? I'm not saying those other things are the wrong thing to do, but it's very hard when you do such an extreme method of dieting. It's very hard to sustain with this over the long term. My goal here is there's going to be a couple of winners of this challenge, but ultimately I want all of you to win in terms of you're leveling up your knowledge and you're going to carry this momentum into a new lifestyle that is going to lead to long-term health benefits. All right, so we're zooming out and we're focusing on long-term benefits. Is this going to give you short-term progress? Of course it is. Just be disciplined and follow this structure. But I'm not looking for you guys to make a huge change in 6 weeks. I want to see some solid changes, and then I want to see you guys continue to go forward and continue to use these methods. All right, so let's just recap. Quality is paleo for athletes. Eggs, meat, fruits, some veggies, few nuts, no sugar. All right, in this case, honey is okay, Greek yogurt is okay, protein powder is okay. All of that is good, except for on training days. You can have rice and potatoes as your carbohydrate source. If you're not training, or if you're only doing shred, aka zone 2 cardio, meaning you're not doing high intensity or strength training, that is not considered a workout day. Do not have rice or potatoes on that day. Stick to only the fruits, the honey, the Greek yogurt, and the things that I mentioned previously. All right, there's the quality. The quantity. Download Macro First. It's a free application in order to help you basically journal your food. You're going to take your desired body weight and multiply that by either 11 or 12. This is going to help you lose fat and build muscle simultaneously. Now what you're going to do is take that total number, minus out 1 gram of protein. I'm sorry. Excuse me. You're going to minus out 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, okay? And then from there, you are going to use that balance of calories to incorporate any form of carbohydrate or fat in any combo that you want. Just don't pass up that total daily caloric number, which is your desired body weight multiplied by 11 or 12. Do not pass that number up, because this number that I'm giving you is going to put you in a deficit, and that's going to help you lose fat. But if you go over that number, you might be in maintenance mode. And if you go over substantially, you're going to be in a surplus mode, which means you're going to have body fat gained. So you're going to be a little bit hangry. You're going to be a little bit edgy, because I guarantee you you're all overeating right now, okay? Excuse me. The last thing, timing. Remember to eat 3 normal meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks. Excuse me. You have to eat 30 minutes upon waking, and do not eat 3 hours before bed. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. How do I flip this? There we go. All right. So you'll have to forgive me. I just came down with a little bit of a head cold, and now I'm getting to the end of my voice box. But perfect timing, because I don't have anything else to add. The next step from here is I'm going to create that Telegram. I'm going to get you guys into that private group, and I will answer all of your questions based on how this video went. And then I'm going to have to get the emails of the individuals who are going to take the next step to help me create an account for them using the software, so we can get a little more accountability, a little more structure. Aside from that, I'm extremely excited. Thank you for allowing me to help you guys and educate you guys. Listen, I'll be here to support you guys as much as I can, but we have to do this together. So help me help you. Let's put in the work. Let's stay focused for 6 weeks, and I'm going to be excited to see all the awesome changes that we have. All right, guys? Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.